Well, boy, did I screw that up. I had to read it. I had to read this thing 4 times before I finally went, oh, they're not talking about Acme threads. They're calling out square threads. I've never cut a square thread in my life, so this is going to be new for me. Because I was wondering why they had an Acme thread, a 10 Acme thread on a 1/2-inch screw. Well, it's not. It is an 8 thread per inch, and 8 Acme is not on a 1/2-inch diameter. So I gotta grind me up a tool, and I've never cut square threads in my life, so I kind of read up a little bit on it, and to grind up the tool. And the tool is so it's 8 threads per inch, which is the pitch would be 125. Right? Pitch was 125. Right, the pitch is 125, and you divide that in half, so it's 62.5 thou width of cutter, and it's 62.5 deep that you go with the thread. So I am going to attempt to grind up a cutter for it, and we'll give her a whirl. Unfortunately, I'll have to grind up 2 cutters, one for ID and then one for the OD. So I will come back and I'll show you how I'm grinding up the tool once I figure out how I'm going to grind up the tool. So I'll be back later, but yeah, I screwed up. So this Acme rod that I ordered, I mean, I could use a 10 in there. I could use this 10, but with the gears and everything on it, you'd never be able to cut a little screw with it because it would always be off. You know, it wouldn't be right. So, darn it. But like I say, I read that and I never, and then it's on, then it's square thread. Okay. Oh, okay. I know what they're talking about now. So, like I say, I've never cut a square thread. I've cut Acme threads before, and I have a feeling this square thread is going to be a little worse than an Acme thread. You got a 62 thou wide. You got the lead of the screw. You have to cut that. You have to grind that angle back, you know, in order to cut. Plus, it's left-handed. But I'm making a left hand and a right hand, so I need a left hand and a right hand. So 62 and a half. I'm just thinking out loud here. I could take grind up the tool. Nope, I don't have anything that would fit in a 1/2 inch. I'll have to start with a 1/2 inch, probably a 1/2 inch carbide end mill to create a boring bar to do an ID. I'll figure it out one way or another. So I'll be back when I'm grinding up some tools and I'll show you what I've got. Okay, I think I have a plan. I had 62 thou wide OD cutter, and so I went ahead and cut it. The cutter that I'm talking about I used for turning my cams on my V8. So anyway, I'm going to get use out of that tool again. Right here's the results of that cutter, and I don't know if you can see it or not, but it actually turned out pretty good. It's only cutting 2 thou bigger than what I should be cutting, so that'll work. But I don't have anything for an ID, so I think I have a plan. I'm going to take a carbide shaft and an old insert that actually needs to be sharpened, but I'm not going to sharpen it. I'm going to use it. I'm not sure what the number of it is, but there it is. And what I'm going to do, I'm going to show you here, is silver solder that on the end of the carbide shank, and then I'll grind it up. I'll have it off to one side sticking out. So I need to clean things up, and then get my torch over here. Another job for my little torch. Let's see. Let's see what we can run in for pressures. A little more than what I want, but should be okay. I might have to change tips. I might have to change tips on this. It's the smallest tip, so I think I'll change that right away. Yeah. I'll move stuff out of the way. You know, I move stuff out of the way, even if it's in the way for something else. Constantly moving stuff. Trying to remember where I stuck it. Oh, I know where it's at. I know what I done with it. There's this cabinet here. No, they're not. There we are. I still got them I still have them in the box here. I'm going to switch to let's see if I can see the numbers on them. This one is a number 3. This one don't have a number on it, but I can see that it's smaller. How about this one? The one that I've used already. That's bigger. I'll use this one. So we'll switch them out. I really do like this little torch. It's so far it's worked pretty good. I want the tip to face that way. There we go. Might be able to sale for the screw up that I did. Acme threaded rod. Man, I can't believe I didn't catch that. You know, and I read it 4 or 5 times even before I finally caught it. You know, that it's square thread, not Acme thread. Yeah, dummy. So, first thing I gotta do is clean up everything with alcohol, and I need to find something to stand this up in. A piece of scrap with a hole in there. To hold it in place. Oh yeah, it does. It fits in there. That'll work. That'll work. Fits right down in there. So we need to clean the end of this and the carbide insert. Hey, that plate that I dug out of the end of the tube, that'll work. See, never throw nothing away. Okay, because when you silver solder, the cleaner the better. All right. Then we want to put some flux on that. My flex bottle used to sit right here. Oh, there it is. And I'll probably get a Q-tip here. That brush in those bottles just don't. They get all messed up. So we'll take and put a dab of flux on there. Now, we want to clean that insert too. And my fingers. Alright. And then I filed the coating off of it, off of this insert. And I want it set all off to one side. And then that way I can grind her up. Oops. Just like that, if it'll stay. You know, set this alcohol aside so I don't have a far. Take, and not only clean that, take the silver solder and clean it also. Like I say, you want everything as clean as possible. I should have my dark glasses. I don't know if I took them in or if they're still out here. Well, yeah, I'll be back. I gotta find my dark glasses. My cataract glasses work pretty good for that. You shouldn't do that. All right. I need to turn up the gas a little bit. Oh. Yeah, he was way down on almost zero. There we go. I need just a little more heat than it was able to put out. Ah, now I got a big glob hanging on the side of there. Not having any luck here. Come on. The carbide's not hot enough, I think. Should be hot enough now. I think I got it. That big glob down on the bottom I'll have to file off. Hopefully it'll stick. Should. See no reason why it wouldn't. See this. See, that would be on this side that I want to use. Let's go give it a little air shot here to cool it a little quicker. Don't want to quench it. Oh yeah, it's still hot. It's still warm. It's the bottom shank is of the where it was in the block. I made boring bars this way and it worked fine, so. There we go. The only thing is, this time I'm turning the insert sideways. Hopefully I got enough sticking out. I better measure that. I don't think I do. I think I'm going to be shy. I'm going to be shy of what I need here. Slid over. And grind that point off. Yeah, it's not gonna be enough, damn it. I gotta scooch it over. It centered itself. It's slid over. It slid. I'll get it. I'll get it. There's silver solder underneath it now, so I won't have a problem. Shouldn't have a problem there. I'll probably have more silver solder on it now. Oh, you dirty, rotten, buggered. I slid it too far. Darn it. Things don't usually go this bad. Now I probably got dirt on it. When you work with a little insert like this, sometimes it gets a little tough. Gotta just take a deep breath and slow down. Sometimes you try to rush a little bit and it's not a good. Now I'll heat the carbide up until she melts the silver solder, the shank. I think it's a better joint anyway now. Okay, should be enough now, this time. Let's take a look at it. 60. I need 62 thou. The only thing I don't like about it is the insert is tilted up a little bit. But that's okay, I gotta grind that down anyway because it is it's at 110 thickness, so I need to go in here and grind it anyway, so I just don't like all this wasted silver solder on there. That shit's expensive. Okay, let's cool her off. Now, my plan is I'll put it in a 5C collet, and then I'll come in here with a diamond, what do you call them, point, a diamond point, and grind underneath there, get that flat and straight, and then come over here and grind this down to 62 thou, and then come in here on the top side of it, because right now if I were to just grind that and then come in there and use it this way, it would be a negative rake, and I want a neutral to a positive rake on it. So I'll come in on the top and grind the top a little bit, but I gotta get rid of this hunk of wasted silver solder here first. Just file that off. So I will come back when I get over set up and ready to grind that, and we'll show you what I'm doing. Okay. Camera over here. And what I've got, I think I'm going to use this wheel right here. I've got it in the 5C collet. I'm just going to set that in here, just like that. And now I'll probably get comments that you can't grind on the mill. Yes, you can. Just got to be careful not to shoot grit all over your ways, and my ways are pretty much all covered up, so I'm not too worried about that. And we got to go to a smaller collet here. And we're going to kick her open as far as we can go. I got it up against the stop in the 5C collet, so I can take it out and look at it and put it back. This set came from Harbor Freight, and it's actually, you know, for being a Harbor Freight set, it's actually a pretty decent set. It actually, I've used it a few times. And we'll crank her over there. And we'll come down. And we'll lock that. come in here. And we'll start right there. And what I'm going to do now is kick it wide open here. First off, I hardly run my mill at top speed. I do once in a while. Alright, and what I'm going to do is move the table back and forth until I touch the shaft, or touch the shank. Here we go. Just touching the shank there, so I'm going to zero that. Now I'm going to drop the knee and straighten that insert out. Okay, I think I got it all straightened out. Now we'll move off and catch the end of it. Down. And now we're going to try to find the end of it. That's good. Now we're going to drop down and grind the top and then grind that 62 thou in. I could have just figured it out and dropped it, I suppose. I don't want to take too much of the time. Now we want to raise the table so that we can do 62. Get it to clean up here, and then we'll measure it. Right? Now I'm going to measure that with a mic. I'll get 62. Actually, could go a little under 62 since a 62 actually cut with that lead angle a couple thou over. Wasn't bad though. Wasn't that bad. Let me get some underneath 62 already. Nope, I'm at 85. I'm at 85, so that means I want to take
25, right? I'm at 85 and I want to go 60. 25 thou. Alright, I might want to spray some coolant on it when it didn't get that hot. 5 at a time here. Actually, 162, I want to go 23,000. There we go. Now, I need to set it up, or either I can do that by hand, I guess. Grind that back. Or I can set it like this in there. We got enough room? I think so. If I set it like this and it come in and measure with the calipers, quick. Yep, 62. And we've got 105. I think I'm going to take a little more off the end of it. Yep. So we'll come over here, crank this back up. Take 15 thou. Now I could come across this way and cut the whole thing, but I don't want to do that. I want to just cut it so it has a positive rake. So, and plus I'll hand sharpen it anyway to put an angle on it. I'll blend into where it, right? So, looking at it here, so it's this side. This side is the side that we want to. I'll hand grind it from here. From here on, I'll hand grind it. I can get the rest of it, I think. It's starting to look like a cutter. Because once I put that positive rake on it, I'll have a straight edge there then. I'm wondering if I should just go ahead and do it here. If I put it like that, I'd have to hang it out a ways. See, turn it like that. We'll try it. Can't do no more than break the carbide off of it and then have to start over. I wonder if the camera's still going or not. Oh yeah. So it's this side that we want to grind. So I can set it like this in there. Actually like this in there. And come down here and we'll get her. One way or another, we'll get her. Okay, so you're not going to be able to see it very well. Neither am I, really. It's going to be on the back side. Back side of things. I think that's about right height, right there. Okay, I'll try it right there. Break it up so it touches. Right there. Cranking my lathe in right now. I'm going to crank my Z up. My knee. Let's see what we got. Now I can hand grind that top off of it a little bit. I'll do that right here. Bottom of it. Okay. I'm going to take it out of there and put a little bit of a angle on it. Am I seeing that right? Let's measure this. What do we got? 85 thou. Okay, so now I'm gonna put a primary and a secondary on it, but I'm gonna try to do that by hand. And I'll do that over on my carbide grinder, and I won't be able to get the camera over there, but basically I'm going to just go on my carbide grinder and then just put an edge on, primary on it, and let's see if I could do it right here. You know what? I could just go ahead and put it back in here. I can put my primary on right here too. I can do it. I can do it. We just turn it like that, so that is straight with me. Tighten that up. I have a friend of mine that he could have done it in a heartbeat when he was working, when he was at work. Yeah, pretty good. He was a pretty good cutter grinder, I'll tell you what. Yeah. I haven't talked to him in a long time. I should go and call him up and find out what the heck is going on, because, you know, for a while there we were keeping in pretty close contact, but then I don't know what happened and all of a sudden we weren't. Alright, that'll work. That'll put up right at that hang, right where it's sitting. It'll put, if I go out a little more, it'll give it a little more of a, I'm using the radius of the tool of the grinding wheel, or the point, to create a chef cut edge on it. So if I just crank into it, until it runs to the top. Hope I didn't go too far. It'll be interesting, huh? To see it cut. Oh, I could have went a little further. It's got a little bit of a edge on it yet that I just don't want to get it undersized here.